is definitely also a factor that they can play into, right? But guess what's going on? There's a high level Penny indication that we're finally gonna see that Penny. Blaze, where are you? Make yourself known in the chat. Penny
Oh,
might be
this.
played here. I don't know. It's
Yep.
a strong map for him.
This ban phase definitely getting a little bit interesting here, as Punisher and Mantis are going to be taken away on the side of Assemble Fire. And Gen G, they're not going to have access to the Loki, as we do await the final ban coming in for Assemble Fire. Who will they take away from Gen G's roster? It's going to be the Adam Warlock, denying the Guardians team-up ability with the Cocoon, with the Resurrection. And it's going to be an interesting ban, as Gen G do lock the Magneto and the Luna, so both sides will have access to that Magneto since they both locked it away. But look at Assemble Fire. They really want to get going with this dive composition. They lock in
The Flyers composition.
they lock in the Flyers composition, but they do have access to the Wolverine if they really need to do so. But for now, it looks like they might aim towards that flying composition, as we do slowly but surely load into this map.
Yeah, I'm scared for Assemble Fire actually, because they have so many flying characters, right, in their roster. And for Gen G, they love swatting flies. They're so good at clicking heads. They're so accurate, and they really love swatting flies. I think it might not work to what Assemble Fire has intended to, but if they play Penny, okay, things might be a little bit different. But we'll have to see and find out. Domination in Burn and T'Challa. I don't know, that's that one. Then we're gonna be bringing you the commentaries for this first game. Place your prediction points, because right now we're heading into the game. Who's gonna take it?
Yep, Gen G opting for a more of a dive composition. Fun being that player on the thing to help bolster that dive potential. That is going to be the alternative to the Captain America, which were banned away by Assemble Fire themselves. And it's going to be a little bit of a dogfight happening up at the top side of the map, as Slowest Soldier opting to go for the Iron Man, teaming up with the Ultron to provide Ultron with a bit of survivability. But that survivability doesn't come true if Assemble Fire decide to strike first, and they will strike harder as 0-1. Oh, a little bit labored, but is able to find the pick. But Fun is able to find a trade, but it's going to be immediately denied thanks to Xenos' BRB.
Yeah, what a play. Snake, usually the one on Ultron, but this Cadia is going to Ultron. Brownie on the Hela has yet to find much impact here, but 0-1 definitely popping off with the Johnny Storm showing, taking a lot of foothold in this early first game. So Assemble Fire, they're the ones to push the first progress. And right now, all they have to do is defend it for the rest of 70%. Gen G coming in, Zune slowly but surely taking space.
Ooh!
Coming in. Oh, Brownie click the head out of 0-1.
Oh, he does it again! Oh, he does it again!
A third one! What?
Oh my goodness! It's still relatively even. The Assemble Fire were able to trade players back, but great shooting, great left clicks coming in from Brownie, and that's going to be all it takes for Gen G to retake the site.
Yeah, pretty good so far, and that's why you have to fear Brownie, right? Because he's so good with this, in this duelist role, and his accuracy just makes it so hard to play, especially if you're a flyer and you're in open air. It just makes it so much easier for him to click heads. And Snake on the Mantis as well, it just makes it so annoying. So this composition is not fully healed, but at least they know they're able to run this triple strategies thanks to Zune and thanks to Brownie just holding on to this solo duelist. Well done.
Yeah, well done indeed, as Zune is forced to defend from the barrage of ultimates coming in from Assemble Fire. They have so many to work with, but Brownie is just gonna keep on tearing Assemble Fire apart. And look at Zune, he's able to clean it up. Eye of Agamotto even going to be used for good measure, as the rest of Gen G yet again hold down the site. Zune doing his best to stagger more, and
my
Chaba
God.
goes down. And that's going to be
Dude.
a much more difficult position to be in as Assemble Fire. They're getting staggered more and more as Mafia gets taken out, and Assemble Fire needs to spend even more time regrouping before taking over.
Yeah, I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Everyone in Gen G is, they are just duelists. Regardless of the roles they play, they are actually just duelists. And that's why you can see every one of them are more than capable. Oh my God, taking out Slower Soldier. Mega Hurricane gonna be executed. Let's see, that's gonna be neutralized. Fun.
We'll see.
Taking out Baku, gonna be brought forward back. But
Oh my
now
goodness.
Supernova. That's gonna clear
0-1.
and take out Snake. Yeah.
Yeah, 0-1 doing what he can to give Assemble Fire an advantage. It looks like they are able to, as this Ultron getting focus fired down. 0-1 with the shotgun left clicks is going to do enough damage to take him out, but right now it's going to be fun, and Dotori doing their best to stay alive, keep the point from going into Assemble Fire's favor, and this might be the pivotal fight as 0-1 able to solo down Dotori. Zune able to find a pick onto Xenos. That's 1-for-1 trade in strategist for strategist as Brownie going to pop the Goddess of Death. Yep, gonna find a quick double before getting kicked away, but for now, Gen G with the hands of Brownie going absolutely ham with those left clicks with the Goddess of Death is able to secure round number 1.
Yeah. There's nothing to heal. There's nothing to heal if the Hela with the Mantis damage buff just clicks you on the head. Or just clicks you twice in a row, right? It's just too much damage to even get the heals in before you can even react. Before the strategist can even react. It's like, hey, what happened? I couldn't heal you in time. You just disappeared. You just dissipated, right? So amazing strategy, relying on Brownie as the clicker of the team. And right now, Assemble Fire, they might need to make a little bit more adjustments because Xenos, Rocket Raccoon, you probably need to bring the penny out right now, right? Because Xenos, Rocket Raccoon, you have the BRB, but it doesn't really matter if you bring someone back only to be eliminated later on.
I don't think there's a chance Mafia stays true. Yep, he's gonna switch out of that Penny Parker. Just only gonna be there just to use the team up ability with the Rocket Raccoon, just for that extra bonus HP. As Fun does set up a portal to give Gen G that high ground advantage for the time being, and just completely avoid that choke point that's notorious here in this waterfall map. And Gen G aren't going to have to deal with that with the Doctor Strange teleport, but a great shove takes out Fun, who didn't have that left shift ability to keep himself afloat. And everyone on Gen G need to run for the hills. Kingdom God just laying down the hurt, laying down the damage as 0-1 actually opting to go for the Iron Fist in this map. But for now, Assemble Fire assembling to take out Gen G take him away from the site as 0-1 gets a little too ambitious. Will get taken out by Brownie. But for now, it's all Assemble Fire, at least in this early round number 2.
Yeah, a repeat of what we saw in the early games of round 1. But this Hela has guts, man. Even at half HP, she's still standing tall, just trying to click damage. Absolute faith. The absolute faith coming in. Eye of Agamotto, that's going to crowd control the entire team. Zune coming in, clearing out the storm. Kingdom God is going to be gone.
Wait.
The Iron Fist coming in.
Oh, he does find one. He does find one. Gets shut down, but is able to stay alive thanks to the BRB. But Brownie doing what he does best, just absolutely left-clicking everyone down. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets another frag out of this exchange, but the Living Chi going to be used, doing what he can, trying to find the hurt, trying to find the damage, but Brownie is just that much better. But the ultimate from Kingdom God, the Omega Hurricane, doing so much damage, going to take out 2. The bubble keeps him alive for just a bit longer as Dotori going to get soloed down, gonna get zoned away, and Assemble Fire look to retake.
Yeah, beautifully done. As soon as Zune went down, They knew that they could just push in because there's no Magneto to cover, there's no Fun to cover. They knew exactly that's the best moment to pick them off one by one. So now, Assemble Fire showing signs of life, going to retake that point already at 55%. Genji, they gotta come back. They gotta come back. They gotta regroup and come back.
Oh,
strong.
whoa. And Brownie, yet again, is the catalyst of that comeback happening. Here comes 0-1 from the skies. But the Meteor is going to delay Brownie from laying down any additional left clicks just to deny the damage coming in from the Meteor M. Great awareness, great discipline coming in from Brownie just to deny the damage coming in from that Mafia Meteor. And Snake as well, just helping clean up house as Genji. Now, it's their turn to control the site yet again.
Yeah, Hela is so pivotal in this composition, right? Because of the triple strategy setup. It's like, yeah, Brownie, the accuracy is just taking them out left and right, and no fear. He knows that his teammates are there to cover him when needed. But right now,
yeah, here we go.
The time is slowly moving in.
Yep, CYA going to be used, but it's going to get immediately focused down by Genji. Great coordination coming in from them as the rest of these ultimates need to be used. Fun threatening things with the Eye of Agamotto, but does Assemble Fire? Are they ready for it? It doesn't look like they are. The two flyers going to get swatted out from the skies as Genji are going to hold. They're going to stay alive as they look to secure game number 1. But can Assemble Fire find ways to come back? Someone needs to switch to the Doctor Strange. Someone needs to use the portal to get onto the site. It's gonna be Mafia, but it looks like Genji, they're looking to prepare. They're getting the high ground advantage, but Brownie spots out slowest soldier, and he's gonna get taken out. Kingdom God is able to trade away. Kaidia will keep things in favor of Genji, and it will be all Genji as so many of these members looking to desperately move on to the site. Assemble Fire. They need to assemble now, or else it's going to be a game 1 victory for Genji. Can they do it? Can they do it? It's going to be Slowest Soldier going to get taken down by 0-1. It's able to trade everyone on Assemble Fire, going desperate, doing their best as Snake is able to take out Mafia. Chaba goes down, Xenos as well, and it looks like it's all Genji finally as they do secure game 1.
And that beautiful play by Zune with the shield, negating the Eye of Agamotto from the side of Assemble Fire, that definitely played into consideration as well. Then that game just now, so many things happening right there. Like the way that they played, the buff of Mantis onto the Hela, definitely very deserving of the MVP. Not to mention the sleep by Mantis onto the opponents, and then Brownie just positioning to investing into flankers, maybe 1 or 2 flyers like Ultron, Johnny, that's enough. Or maybe Ultron, Iron Man, that's enough. And then maybe a Psylocke at the sidelines. And they gotta have that front line dive from the Vanguard. Then that could probably bring a little bit more challenge towards Genji.
Yeah, and you guys do notice on the screen, Assemble Fire do choose to play Yggdrasil for map number 2, and they chose to be on the attacking side. And yet again, here we go into drafts. If I remember correctly, it is near identical to what we saw in game number 1. Assemble Fire again, first banning the Captain America of Jun, the captain of Genji, who has been doing pretty well on that Captain America.
Yeah, dude, he's literally the Captain America because he's the coach. And he's also standing in as the Vanguard player. Of course, we have NLE Choppa in the mix. We have XZ as the duelist in the bench as well. But honestly, this is an all-star roster, and June is the coach. Has been the coach, and one of the best Vanguard players I've known, and it shows because right now, Assemble Fire, that's a respect ban, and that only happens when someone is so good at it, you can't stop it.
And Genji decide to ban away the Punisher, who has been a very, very strong pickup in terms of out damaging some of these key strategist ultimates that we've been seeing. With a little bit of help from the team, and it's just enough for these strategists to just get absolutely popped during their cycle of ultimates that are trying to be used as we head deeper into the bans and locks. And I feel like there hasn't been much adjustment on the side of Assemble Fire. None of these bans are aimed towards these hit scan characters. They did ban the Adam Warlock in that last map, but this time around it looks like they will opt to ban away Mantis instead. And then if you do think about it, it might be a better adjustment. This Mantis was just an absolute problem, just buffing up Brownie, just helping him just deal so much damage as the Hela. And now we have to head into the streets of Yggdrasil, as Assemble Fire are going to be attacking first.
But you gotta worry about what happens to the rest of the team, right? Because if you focus too much on just Brownie, then you gotta remember, even Snake is also a DPS at heart, a duelist at heart. Dotori, not so much, but still clicking heads. Kadia is also a duelist. So this is going to be a lot of problem because you put too much attention onto Brownie, and that's where the danger comes in. Everyone else
big
comes in
crosshair from Mafia. I'm just like, whoa. That is
not big enough.
That's a beefy crosshair. I don't know. I'm sure chat's gonna be a little bit crazy about that. But then again, we're gonna have to see how Assemble Fire operate with this composition. Still staying true to what they want to do, the flying composition with the Ultron, with... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong area. They're going to be more grounded this time. I'm sorry. I'm like mixed up right now. Gen G are the ones operating the flying composition. I'm sure they're going to be using the terrain to their utmost advantage. Yeah, as the rest of Assemble Fire, they're doing actually a good job moving forward. Shaba able to find the opening pick onto Dotori, as Shaba trying to do more damage, but he does need to keep in mind that his team still need the heals, as these kidnaps from Kingdom God are just doing so much. But Kaidia is able to find one, might be able to find more, as he's able to find that backline advantage alongside his fellow duelist in the name of Brownie, who has been an absolute menace on this human torch. We saw him on the Hela last map. We see him on the torch this map, and his performance is no different.
Look at Assemble Fire's lineup. It's super aggressive, actually, with the Iron Fist, with the Captain America, with the Hela, with the Wolverine. But somehow Gen G, right now, they're going into a more grounded defensive position where Zune just goes to the conventional Magneto, and that's helping out a lot. Eternal Bond's going to be executed just to try and push the lines further a little bit forward. But now Meteor M,
Meteor M is available, but I don't think he's going to use it just yet. He might wait until a better opportunity, but that opportunity is going to be shut down immediately as Shaba gets bursted before he even has a chance to use the Fate of Both Worlds. And now Assemble Fire need to reset yet again, as 0-1 still sticking to that Iron Fist. Mafia now opting to go for the Captain America, does have the Freedom Charge available. Will that be used in tandem with the Fate of Both Worlds? We will see, as the timer now at about 1:45, as Assemble Fire need to do their best to stay and keep this push going. But the amount of pressure being used on Gen G, look at all the ultimates available on their end. It's in favor of Gen G, as these ultimates are going to be used, but somehow Kingdom God gets bursted down by Fun, and Brownie will clean up house. Chaba, he even has the Fate of Both Worlds, but it's not going to provide any value. If anything, it provides negative value, as the rest of Assemble Fire are going to get staggered yet again.
Oh my god, Iron Fist trying to take out Johnny Storm right there, but Brownie obviously being pocketed by his own strategist. He's not going to feel anything, right? 0-1 does have the Living Chi ready if he wants to go in, but honestly, it's so hard to play in this position, and with 1 minute remaining on the timer, Captain America coming in.
Oh my goodness! Living Chi is... Yeah, it's going to be used, but the amount of crowd control, the amount of healing on the side of Gen G, thanks to Dotori, but is it going to be enough as 2 go down on Gen G? So many health bars fluctuating down and up and down again for Gen G, as they get absolutely wiped out. And Assemble Fire surely will take that first point.
Yeah, they're gonna take that first point. Brownie. Oh, Rage of
Oh, whoa.
Outrun! I'm not sure what happened there, but I don't think they should have committed right there, right? KD,
Yeah, I
you're not
don't
gonna
think
do
so.
much with the... Oh, they want to contest that point. That's why waiting for the portal to come in, but no, they've already unlocked that first point. They're not gonna hold them off there. It's okay. Assemble Fire has done great to push through that first point. Just trying to get it. Meteor Ram coming in. Who's the target gonna be? Is it gonna hit anyone? It's not gonna find anyone. But Mafia,
Oh,
super low at the
no.
moment. 0-1 as well.
This
Making
is
sure everyone's built up.
yeah, but they do get a pick on the Kingdom God, but in terms of the ultimate game, Gen G are at a severe disadvantage, and look what is happening to them. It's just not enough opportunities for Gen G to look for any sort of comeback, any sort of defense, because of these wasted ultimates. And will that cost them enough to force a defense
Nice.
out of Assemble Fire? It's probably going to force out a push, but Gen G are holding somehow thanks to just the raw firepower coming out of Gen G. Kaidia gonna find one, finds two, Snake will find another. And Gen G, despite being severely down on ultimates, are able to just hold down the fort.
That was a very smart switch into the thing by Fun because Wolverine wouldn't be able to kidnap him anymore. And if it comes to brawling, because Iron Fist, they're obviously trying to go strategy, it just makes him so much stronger. The last stand can be executed. Oh my god, it's gonna take out 3 of them!
Wait, but Karmic Revival! But thanks to the Blade of Both Worlds, it's gonna keep everyone alive! Assemble Fire, they found where this Karmic Revival was gonna be, but it's not gonna result in much. They're not gonna get any sort of punishment down, as the rest of Gen G are going to stay alive thanks to this Adam Warlock of Snake.
Smart.
And Gen G are going to wipe out 2 in response, as this Wolverine will get shut down, and everyone will do the same as Assemble Fire need to quickly run for the hills, but they're just going to get staggered yet again.
40 seconds left on the clock, and with no ultimates left, only on Slower Soldier. I wonder how I'll come back with this. But right now, one thing's for sure, Gen G has all the time just to stop them midway. They have 3 ultimates to work with. And
Oh, whoa. We got a flying melee character up in the skies, but is it going to be enough? There's a Meteor M and the Rage of Ultron going to shut down the entirety of Assemble Fire as the timer is going to run dry. It's going to hit 0 with not a single member alive to even force any sort of overtime meter, and they assemble together to just deny Assemble Fire from any further than 1 single point.
yeah, at this point, they were just relying on single utilities just to bring them back to the battlefield as fast as possible. You got Jarvis, you got to clip that, man. The Karmic Revival, right? Karmic Rebirth into the Fate of Both Worlds, keeping everyone alive. Wow, that was a game changer because from there, they brawled it out and they came up on top. It doesn't even matter even if they don't have a Mantis or a Star-Lord team up with the Adam Warlock, because he was brought in to deal right-click damage and Karmic Revival. That's it. And it worked to perfection. They were able to hold it at the first point.
Yeah, the amount of coordination needed to get value out of that Karmic Revival, it really just relied on Dotori making sure that he had the Fate of Both Worlds available. And the moment they respawned, if the Fate of Both Worlds had to be popped in order to guarantee that everyone is able to respawn healthy enough to keep fighting. And that's all it took. That was the game changer. Thanks to Snake, it might have been the difference between 2 points on Assemble Fire and 1 point. And now we have landed ourselves in the reality of Assemble Fire only having a single point, as they do position up in the high ground, and Gen G will slowly but surely make their way to that first chicane of the map.
Yeah, slowly pushing, taking up space, just making sure. Oh my god, getting caught. The Winter Soldier was melted, and now with 5v6, Gen G is looking to push forward. Look at the aggression coming in. All gas, no brakes. The Wolverine. What's gonna happen? The kidnap's gonna happen, but no, not even the passive is gonna help you keep alive, buddy. right. Fun, and everyone else. Oh my god, Iron Fist trying to brawl his way out, but Kadia is going to make quick work of Mafia at the back lines. And also onto the Iron Fist 0-1. And with record time, it's such a quick fashion as well. They already pushed through
God.
the half point of the first point.
Yeah, and Fun on the thing is just providing so much value with the slam that grounds everyone that is able to use mobility. It grounds the Bucky from using his dash. It grounds 0-1 from using his dash. And look at what it's doing for them. Fun with yet again another valuable elimination as the Eternal Bond is going to be used. Chaba is able to use that to his advantage, able to find one. The clobbering time only going to land onto one as the rest of Assemble Fire actually showing signs of life, but is it going to be enough as Kaidia able to deny Mafia from any more value as the rest of Gen G again finding so much opportunity, so much value. The Fate of Both Worlds is going to buy a bit of time, but it might just be delaying what is the inevitable as Zune threatens with the meteor. Only gonna take out Xenos. Xenos already used the Eternal Bond, so it's not gonna be too mad about it, but Snake is doing so much work. So is Brownie, Kaidia, and Zune.
Anything could hurt me.
And just like that, it's going to be a first point for Gen G in 2 minutes. Yeah.
Plenty of time too, Dan. 2 minutes on the clock, and now back to 4 minutes and 15 seconds. It's just insane how they were able to just keep pushing forward. Brownie going on the offensive, gonna take out the backlines. Kadia though, Rage of Ultron just now being employed, and now the Living Chi. Unfortunately, Iron Fist is not gonna find any victim. Might have to retreat in the process.
Yeah, and everyone on Assemble Fire, they're gonna keep getting staggered left and right. Look at this, Kaidia just having the awareness, just knowing who is isolated at what time, as the rest of Gen G are just steamrolling forward, even getting early control of that choke point. Slowest Soldier, you need to cook here. You need to do what you can. The crosshair is big, but can he get any sort of value that is as big as that crosshair? Here we go, as the Kraken Impact is going to be popped, but the Fate of Both Worlds is going to delay any sort of execute coming in. A Snake is going to be the one to execute Slowest Soldier instead, as so many of these ultimates are going to be used. 0-1 trying to find a pick, is trying to find something in a desperate attempt. Zune again with the Meteor M is going to find one onto Xenos, but Kingdom God is able to find two with the last stand. It's going to be a slight man advantage in favor of Assemble Fire. Here comes the Karmic Revival to resurrect the two members that were taken out by the last stand, as the rest of Gen G alive yet again with the sustain, with the firepower. But 0-1, here's attempt 2, but there's the bubble this time around, and the dive composition that the Assemble Fire tried to adjust to isn't doing a damn thing. Or is it?
Oh,
I say I might have to eat my words, as Slowest Soldier just able to rip apart Gen G for now, as the timer now down to 2 minutes, and it does seem like Gen G should have a chance to take back this site. But look at the ultimates though. Gen G not very close to any of them. Kaidia and Dotori are at 60, 68, and 53% respectively. Slowest Soldier, if he's able to find an opportunity with this Kraken Impact right this instant, that might mean Assemble Fire wins this fight again.
Exactly. Just parrying. Iron Fist trying to catch someone off guard, but no, he's gonna be the one getting caught off guard. And now the battle of 5v6, but now Meteor M, Rage of Ultron, that's gonna be committed. It's clobbering time, is ready to use my Fun with the Rage of Ultron. My god, Kadia doing so much damage.
Oh my god.
Clobbering time coming in. No one is gonna survive that. Fun taking out the Cloak and Dagger, continuing with the Haymaker, pushing forward with the bonus health. Freedom Charge, I'm not sure if that's gonna matter. The point, it's so close. They gotta defend this with their life. Assemble Fire, trying to hold on, but
oh no, Snake with the opener. adjust to the Cloak and Dagger this time around. The Last Stand not going to do any damage as Gen G are just so healthy. They're so strong as the Eternal Bond is surely going to get denied by Zune. And game 2 will go into Gen G's favor. And now they're up 2-0 in the series.
Exactly. This is why you gotta fear Gen G. These guys, they know exactly what they're doing. They all have the individual skills needed to execute the plan, the formation that they have. And trust me when I say that Captain America did not have a good time against the backline triple strategist waiting for him. Mafia, 9 deaths with 6 final hits. So it's still doing something, but unfortunately, it's just really hard to capitalize against Snake, Cadia, and of course...
He just immediately shut that down by playing the thing and just denying the mobility potential coming out of Assemble Fire, and that just proved to be too much for Assemble Fire to handle. And now we put ourselves in map number 3 with Assemble Fire backs against the wall. What adjustment do they make? What changes need to be done in order to keep Assemble Fire alive in this map? And that first adjustment is locking Mantis first thing. Usually that's like Magneto, usually that's like Emma Frost, but they go for Mantis instead. This is a very aggressive pick, a very aggressive lock coming in by Assemble Fire, and it's going to allow Gen G to lock the Magneto, since the Captain America did get banned out first thing off the rip.
Yeah, Captain America's almost always going to be a guaranteed 100% ban because of Zune. But Zune has already shown us that he's more than capable of playing some other characters. Magneto, Groot, Venom, so to speak, right? So he can definitely play anything he wants to. Right here, right now, Assemble Fire, this is their last stand. And I really that they should go with the Penny and Rocket composition, because Gen G probably wouldn't expect it, right? So maybe that's gonna be really good if they're on the defending side. And then employ a triple strategist, maybe just have Kingdom God onto the Storm, or 0-1 onto the Duelist, and everyone else is just basically triple strategist, Ultron, Mantis, Adam, so to speak, Luna, Invisible Woman, and I think that would be good. But I don't know, man. Based off the ban, yeah,
A lot of
more
Vanguard,
bans.
yeah, a lot of Vanguard focus coming in from Assemble Fire, banning out the Doctor Strange just to deny that AoE crowd control, AoE stun potential, even the Desperation Portal tactics that many teams have opted to go for. And now Gen G, what do they opt for? They're hovering the Adam Warlock ban, and they will pull through with it. So now, yeah, a very interesting ban list on the side of Assemble Fire, putting Gen G in a very awkward situation where they only have access to the Magneto and possibly the Groot, possibly the Thing, but we'll see what the
Or a Venom,
what the
or a
pick is
Hulk.
here. Yeah, or that. Yeah, there's a lot of option. There's still options for Gen G, but albeit it is very limited.
It is very limited. But you know, Gen G is in a pretty comfortable position, right? So they're probably still like thinking like, hey, let's just deal with it a lot on the fly, right? Whereas Assemble Fire, I don't know, this is their last stand. They probably gotta push even harder than they did in the first and second game. But also, I think what they're lacking now is just the adaptability. They gotta adapt quicker if they want to play against Gen G in this spot. But this is potentially the last match of the BO5 between Gen G and Assemble Fire. I'm Nello, that's Dan. Let's watch this potentially final game.
Yep. Will this be the last stand of Assemble Fire? Will this be their final game in Ignite Stage 1? Or will Gen G stumble and allow Assemble Fire to show signs of life? As Assemble Fire looking very detached at the moment. Some players going towards the right side of Gen
Okay.
G.
All right,
And
all
it looks
right,
like
all
they
right.
are able to do so as
Okay. Okay.
Is 0-1 stuck? I'm not
Yo,
sure, but
no,
Kingdom
it's
God is able to find 2. Maybe this is the signs of life that Assemble Fire needed with the Hawkeye pick, with so many members of Assemble Fire just coming down and
That's how
collapsing
you do it.
onto Gen G. Yeah, this is what we needed from Gen G. This is the signs of life that they desperately needed. And the Assemble Fire come out swinging.
It was so fast too, right? That was so fast. They unlocked it in less than. So that was really, really good. And yeah, that's thanks to the fact that the Iron Fist was pretty much just taking down the Vanguards because they're so good. The shields are not going to work against melee attacks. That's why, right? So fun, Brownie. Right now they're going to initiate the lift. Are they
Oh,
gonna
it
be able to
doesn't
do
quite go
it?
doesn't quite go very far, but Kingdom God on this Hawkeye doing so.
Hawkeye! Oh my God!
Look at him go! This Hawkeye, Kingdom God, just putting on an absolute show right now as Assemble Fire look to keep this site moving forward as everyone on Gen G desperately finding ways, desperately finding opportunities as Kingdom God still going ham, still cannot miss, still cannot stop doing damage. Oh my God, Kingdom God, you don't have to do it like that. You don't have to shoot the corpse of Brownie. Insult to injury, a little bit of BM action coming in from Kingdom God, and I'm all for it.
Exactly. The Hawkeye is such a pivotal change that they need. We were talking about the change, and this looks like a very positive change for them because they're already close to the halfway point. And with so much time available right now, Freedom Charge, Mafia, gonna be freezed a little bit. The sleep onto 0-1. But
Oh,
now
it lands onto
control.
everyone! Everyone gets stunned up! The Eye of Agamotto just freezes up Gen G! And they're going to get taken out. I don't know if that's true, but that might have been the first 6-man Eye of Agamotto.
Let's deliver Null's essence below
Yeah,
surface.
exactly. What a play right there. That should be clipped, honestly.
Oh my
but
God.
This change. Yeah, this change that they need. See, now this is what they're talking about. The brawler, the frontliner damage, and then the backline damage onto the side as well. So this is working well so far. Hawkeye dealing damage
Oh, whoa,
before
whoa,
the
whoa.
heals happen, but now
Ready to put on a show.
Oh my
Beautiful
God. Look at the damage coming in. Kingdom God doing so much damage on his own. Snake going to revive thanks to the bubble, but the Hunter's focus coming in from the frickin' Hawkeye
My
isn't
God.
going to do much as Zune able to find a double kill, a double elimination with the Meteor M, and that's going to be Gen G with Signs of Life coming in hot as they find so many members of Assemble Fire, and that momentum slowly comes to a grinding halt as Gen G
okay.
looking for a pitch. Brownie looking to get thrown in, and he lands the kidnap onto the Doctor Strange, but is it going to be enough? This clobbering is going to land onto 3, and it's going to be very, very important for Gen G to hold now. They have 4 minutes. They need more time as Snake able to flick onto Xenos.
Oh my God. This is exactly what they need to do. But Gen G, they're like, enough. And they're going to put a stop right there. This point is super advantageous to Gen G because it's the more it travels, the further it gets from the spawn point. So anytime they take out Assemble Fire, they're going to take a long time to come back to the battlefield.
Yeah, they're going to do their best, but looks like Gen G finding ways to come back here as the Eye of Agamotto is going to land onto 3 of Gen G, but no one goes down. There is no follow-up. There is no chance that Assemble Fire get value out of this Eye of Agamotto as the rest of Gen G going to force them back to the spawn as Kingdom God doing what he does best, going to chunk down Fun.
Yeah,
And that's
like
going to
heads
signal
in
a
the process.
push as Zune forces to use a bubble onto himself to just keep his himself alive as everyone trying to do their best as Zune threatening the meteor. Great movement as Kingdom God just jumps over that meteor as so many members of Gen G doing their best to try to come back into the site. Assemble Fire need to keep going, need to find more of these advantages as 0-1 gets chunked down yet again, and that's going to be a one-man advantage in favor of Gen G still as these trades come in left and right as the Karmic Revival will revive Fun.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter at this. The Karmic. Yeah, this is gonna bring them back, but don't forget, Assemble Fire still has a healthy amount of time, 2.5 minutes, in order to push the point. And right now, all they have to do is probably just try and build the ultimate charge and go for one big push.
Oh my gosh, the clobbering is just so much work here. Fun on this thing has been so good as it's allowing Gen G to have fun here.
Amazing how a world
Yeah, Gen G having a little bit of fun while building their ultimate charge. Don't forget, only 2 people from Gen G has the ultimate, whereas Assemble Fire, it's only the Living Chi by 0-1. So with some time,
Oh
they can manage
no,
time.
look
Oh,
at that. The knockup is just so well timed, but everyone on Assemble Fire need to find a way in, need to find a way now as they're just struggling to move this point. They had so much momentum coming in after that second point, but Gen G finally find their footing, finally find their ground as Slow as Soldier able to take out Snake and Kaidia, but there are cocoons to be used, there are resurrections to be made, but it looks like Assemble Fire will finally break through as they move this symbiote forward.
Yeah, Kingdom God right now is what's keeping them alive, right? Kingdom God and 0-1. Because thanks to Kingdom God applying so much pressure in the front lines, they were forced to just heal the Vanguards in the front line. And when that happens, Mafia, 0-1, Slower Soldier, they can flank from the back lines and just keep pressuring the back lines. And that's how Gen G gets pressured to deal with.
Wait. Speaking of backline access, it's going to be Zune getting an early pick onto Shaba. It's going to force the fate of both worlds, but it doesn't look like Zune wants to focus onto that Luna Snow. It's going to be Kingdom God on this Hawkeye, and that's going to allow everyone on Gen G to have so much work down for them. They have their work cut out for them. They just need to finish the eliminations, finish the knockouts, create that knockout blow. Kaidia charging forward with no regrets as Gen G have to hold, but there's a desperation portal that's going to be allowing a little bit of extra distance for Assemble Fire as Kaidia has the Karmic Revival in case it's needed. But here we go, the Living Chi, the ultimate's going to be popped as the Soul Resurgence is going to be responded. Last Stand going to be used by Brownie, but Snake as well going to pick off 2, and this might look like this push being stunted here, and it's going to reach the right before the third point, and it's going to be 2 points for Assemble Fire. But if Gen G want to win here without risking a map number 4, it's going to mean that Gen G basically have to push all the way to the third point.
Yeah, that point is super important because that's the point where a lot of players fail to push the third point. You know what I mean then? Because it's so far away from the respawn point. The moment you use up the strange portal, which is around 10 seconds before the expiry, the time expiry, you have no way of making it back as fast as you could. So Gen G, Assemble Fire did really good in pushing so far, but Gen G, this might be that little inch, that little bit of distance left that Assemble Fire actually need to secure the win. Because if Gen G are able to push past that little point left over, it's gonna be 3-2.
Ooh,
So
this
Assemble
is
Fire
looking-
right now, yeah.
This is looking really dire. But
It
then
is.
again, Gen G are doing a good job right now. They were able to deny the third point, so if they're able to push far enough, they just win the map flat out. We're gonna see as we fight. Oh, look at that! 0-1! 0-1,
Let's
look at him!
go!
Look at him!
Penny!
We got a Penny Parker!
Rocket!
We finally got a Penny Parker that's not on Midtown.
Manifest! We manifested Penny, let's go!
But is it gonna be enough? That is the big question.
Okay.
Assemble Fire. They do have a dive composition right now. But Gen G,
alright.
they have a bit more of that front to back composition, but Brownie and Fun Fun will be the main focus in terms of that dive composition. But Gen G need to find a way to work around these penny nests, these penny mines, as Mafia looks to get backline access. Will find one of the strategists, but Jun getting taken down dangerously low. Look at the health bars though. Gen G at a slight disadvantage as Mafia jumps away to safety. Assemble Fire so far looking good in this hold as these penny mines starting to do work. But look at the kidnap coming in by Brownie, and that's 2 of the Vanguards on Assemble Fire down. One of them respawns thanks to the BRB. But Gen G are able to overcome the penny mines, the penny nests, and they're looking to take control early in this round.
Oh my goodness. But they can still come back, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the problem, right? You play Penny, you do have the shield, but that's the thing. You have a triple Vanguard initially. Oh, wait. No. He's moving back towards Iron Fist. Yeah, he knows that the Penny Parker could only be a one-time thing at the first point. But right now, this is where the challenge happens. Mafia, he's got to deal significant damage towards the back line, which is...
Oh,
Avia
great
and
sleep! Coming out of Snake, and a better kidnap from Brownie. Gen G making play after play, and are just absolutely destroying Assemble Fire. They look for an opportunity from Assemble Fire, and they cannot find it. As another great kidnap, and a better kidnap. Just a double knock back from Brownie. This guy has been absolutely tearing Assemble Fire apart. Fun Fun sends Chaba into the Shadow Realm, just slams him down. As everyone on Gen G are just in tune, on point, in cohesion with one another. As Kaidia looking to snipe down this Wolverine. He's the only focus here, so there is just not much Kingdom God can do. And Assemble Fire with these staggers. It's not looking good for them. The Eye of Agamotto going to be knocked away, it seems, as 0-1 gets blown up by the meteor. As the BRB will buy a bit of time, will keep 0-1 alive as Fun Fun does slam away Strongest Soldier, but it just seems like Gen G just have the upper hand in every single exchange, every single skirmish, and every single pick. As Snake is just going absolutely ballistic right now, able to find a double, denies Kingdom God's last stand.
Yeah, it's just so much burst onto Assemble Fire. They cannot find any way yet in order to deal with the onslaught coming in forward. But one thing's for sure, they probably need to be very careful of the triple
goodness,
threat.
Brownie! How are you getting these consistent picks as Fun Fun finishes the job? And it's just the same story over and over again. Assemble Fire, their nightmare of getting staggered again and again. Just keep on coming. The nightmare just doesn't stop. Snake almost lands the pick onto Slowest Soldier, who is able to just barely get away. But Assemble Fire, their tournament life is on the line now. The final push comes in. Will this be the end of Assemble Fire?
Might be. Oh no, Snake.
Oh my
Double
god.
elimination coming in. Yeah, taking out the Captain America and the Iron Fist as well. This is really hard. And now with the initiate lift, trying to find someone. Oh, not gonna be able to catch anyone, but it's okay. The Pharaoh swap, the Claw swipes is going to try and take out the Wolverine, but the Wolverine, the gentleman.
Oh my gosh, Brownie's just chasing that Wolverine down. But right now, the star of the show is Snake. Oh my god! Snake, the man that you are. How are you landing these shots? How are you landing these sleeps? I cannot even contain my voice anymore.
Even
Snake
coming with the top.
Oh my god, Snake. You are just sending Gen G. You are keeping this team alive in this game number 3 in this series and this tournament. Oh my god. I cannot stop. This Snake is just on an absolute tear right now.
Oh my god. But you know what else is interesting? The leaps coming in, the swipes coming. And Wolverine also landing the Illims onto 0-1, Snake onto Mafia. Still has 2.5 minutes left, but it seems like they're pushing closer and closer towards the location.
Here we
Slower Soldier
go.
coming in.
This is the final fight. There's the Freedom Charge coming in, but Snake again. Another pick, another man advantage for Gen G, and a better sleep onto Mafia just to delay things for just a bit longer, as everyone on Gen G are going to stun up, take out, sideline. Everyone of Assemble Fire as the push comes in. The desperation last stand denied by Snake, who has been the main star, the main attraction of Gen G, as Assemble Fire are going to get blown out 3-0. A clean sweep for Gen G, and Assemble Fire, they're just delaying the inevitable, which is them getting knocked out of stage 1. And it's all Gen G this series.
It is. This is what happens when Brownie takes a step back saying, hey, you know what? I don't really want to play a character that needs to aim. Let me just chill with the Wolverine. I don't really want to aim. And then everyone else just takes over, right? Snake took over. Kadia took over. It was just insane watching them play. And this is how it's done. Gen G Esports. 3-0 against Assemble Fire.
Oh my,
And
20,
Snake.
20
Final
final, 20 final hits. Did the most damage. And this guy is a strategist. This guy is a strategist. The
The Ram.
the healing is still no joke. But look at the damage. Snake has been just on fire on this Mantis. There's a reason why this Mantis was banned out for game 1 and 2, but